AmishAmmo, World of Outlaws, AmishAmmo, get some. Alright, this is your boy, Brady Roberts, AmishAmmo. Um, Basically, just gonna show you my progress in the game. So I finished up on UMP Modified National Circuit in first. I didn't record it the last few races, um, but I'll just show you. Basically, you can see how much money I've made up there at the top left, how much money I have, how many fans, um, and then it's gonna be, you know, this is where you pick your circuit, like national. So, a little update with my life. Still sober, still doing good. Thankfully, this game's been a lot of help. Like I said, I want to thank iRacing. I want to thank Monster Games. I want to thank all my support, my support network. You know, AA, treatment, everything. All my family, my coworkers. Um, so they've been a lot of help. Anyway, back to the game. So here you can see I got first, my first season, driving national UMP modifieds. There's my stats. Pretty good win percentage. 129 out of 33 races. Um, so I've always loved dirt track racing. Like I said, it's been really fun playing this game with the UMP modifieds. I'm gonna show you some. So there's the picture. It says I've won it again. So I started with 305 sprint cars, simming it for money to get upgrades. Fully upgraded my modified, UMP modified, went through local, went through regional, and national now, finished that. Um, so that's kind of exciting to see. Um, this video is just basically going to be like going over, you know, my transition between modified to late models. So at the end, that, you know, showcase race was the last one of the season. Picked best sponsor. I always go with VP. VP is my favorite. Excuse me. So there's my stats, basically season one summary. You can see, you know, Mike Harrison, Jimmy Owens, um, yeah, Jamie Lomax. Those guys are always up there. Nick Hoffman, he was always up there with me. Yeah, a lot of really competitive, good racing. I know I kind of like just stomped every race almost, like probably 90% of them. Some of them I simmed because of my setup on my car. You know, I said I run like 40% driver assist, so I don't have the ability to do much of anything as far as setup on my car. I'm gonna be experimenting with that at some point in the future. You know, eventually transition from that into first person mode, you know, in car view. Eventually I want to get a steering wheel and, you know, pedals, but that'll be way later down the line. So there's the season one summary standings. Yeah, the music on the game is just, I don't like it. It's just really like, eh. That's one thing I don't like about this game is the music. But yeah. Um, Eventually, moving forward, give you, you know, a look at all my. So like when you finish the season, you know, I like to pick the 1/3 regulation for national, and then sponsored incentive. I always choose the hardest one. Um, so let's see. yeah, so I'm going to show you a little view of my car, explain some things. So um, USMTS modifieds, my idols, um, sorry, my idols, Ryan Gustin always has been, you know. He is a Reaper for a reason, you know. So I try to copy off a little bit of his racing style. You know, I look up to him a lot. One day I hope to, you know, it's a goal in life to be able to race against him. Um, I wish, you know, he was still running modifieds because that's my preferred class. UMP, I don't know if he ever really ran UMP, but anyway, so he's the Reaper, and since they didn't add like custom lettering, like decal stuff like that, I just picked monster games, and I cropped out, you know, part of where it says games, so monster's my thing, like the Reaper. 29R, I was born January 29th. 29 is my lucky number. R for Roberts Racing, Roberts Chassis, whatever. K1 Race Gears sponsor. I like it. It looks cool. They make a lot of really good products. Safety gear. VP Racing Fuels. You know, red, white, and blue. It just matches up with my colors and my livery. This has been a really good car. I mean, it's awesome. I love it. And then, so on the top of the car, you see I got the flames and the circle. That's kind of like my insignia. Like how Ryan Gustin has his Reaper insignia on the top of his late model. That's mine. It's the flames. Yeah, VP Racing Fuels a sponsor. On the front, you'll see I got iRacing on both sides of the filter. I think a lot of cars are kind of moving into, like, you know, late models, UMP modifieds, moving into like certain things, like having a certain look on their cars, match each other, the better drivers anyway. So there's my 305 Sprint. You know, you can see the stats on that. I ran 5 seasons, always got first. That was a money-making car, just simmed it all, really. Yeah, I have a street stock. I've tried one race on that thing. It's fully upgraded, but I don't like it. It's too slow for me. It's too loose, sloppy, whatever. I'll get there. 360, never bought that car. I just didn't. I don't like sprint cars in career mode. The AI, it's really sloppy. Yeah, hard to race, almost impossible. You know, really bumpy. You hit tire and you're kind of fucked. So um, Pro Late Model, never bought that. Just went straight forward when I made the money. 410 Sprint, simmed, got the iRacing sponsor. So that's just a sim car. Like again, I said, sprint cars are not my car. Right here, I used to race them. You know, World of Outlaw 2002 for PS2. That was my favorite game back in the day. And then I bought the late model, World of Outlaw late model. Got it fully upgraded right away. Cost like 7 million around, or 6 million. You make sure you have your best mechanic on staff, so you get the upgrade discounts when you buy your upgrades. It makes a pretty big difference. So you can see I'm going to be racing Kenyon State Fairgrounds. It's my next track. Difference between late models and modifieds, I noticed from what I could tell, is late models, they're a lot smoother. Modifieds, they are built to turn. They are made to turn. So when you're trying to go straight, it wants to turn. You have to keep it corrected. Basically, you have to turn right to go straight, and it'll just go straight into the turn by itself. You don't have to do shit really most of the time, depending on the track size and the banking. So you saw my stats there. You know, later in the season, I picked 1/3 regulation. So anyway, I got Cometic gasket sponsor on there. You know, I got the same livery basically as my modified. K1 race gear. Yeah, Hoosier tires, right above the back tires. $29, that's my number, and I got my insignia up there on the top. VP Racing Fuels. I got Dirt Vision, iRacing, on the sides of the filter. I respect them, iRacing a lot, Dirt Vision a lot. iRacing for being so helpful with professional drivers. Allowing new drivers to kind of get their foot in the door on virtual racing, online with actual racing. I'm sure some of them, when it's a real driving, got their chance through iRacing when COVID really made it hit hard. People weren't able to go to the races or have races, so thank you iRacing for that. There's my monster thing on the back, back spoiler, and then on the front of the back spoiler, one of my first favorite sponsors on that right side. I got that. I got iRacing, VP Racing Fuels, of course. Red, white, and black, blue. Those are my colors. I like it. Ryan Gustin, when he ran USMTS Modifieds, he was basically just like blue and white with a little bit of black, I think. Really, really nice car. I think it was golden color for his number. Gressel Racing. That's always been a really cool thing to see. Gressel Racing, maintain their cars. They always run good, no matter what they're racing, what they're running, who they're racing, who's driving. Anyway, we'll see. What do I got next? So here's my schedule. It's like I said, 1/3 full season regulations. So there's 1/3 races for the season. Still national bracket. Here's some of my future tracks. Last is gonna be Charlotte. Knoxville's before that. Cedar Lake, Texas, Bristol. I'm not looking for Bristol. I hate Bristol, honestly. Straight River. I don't really remember that track. And then I-55. That's gonna be a fun track. Looking forward to that. I'm not gonna be recording every single race, probably, with this late model. But you can see the standings right now. I'm first. Blair is always up there with me. Clanton always up there with me. English always up there with me. And then we got Dennis Herb Jr. He's always up there with me. Ryan Gustin is like usually top 5. He tends to fall back, but he always ends up in like top 10. I love racing against him. I love seeing him on the track. It's just fucking awesome. Like I love it. And then a lot of names that you'll recognize from UMP Modifieds on here. They also have cars. Jimmy Owens really doesn't do that much on here. This, like I said, it's AI. It's not real life. So it's a computer I'm racing against, but it's also really fun, and I love it. You notice a lot of names on here. This game's cool. They got a lot of really good drivers. I know they're missing some, but that's all good. And then just a bunch of randoms. So, this video is, like I said, just a transition video from UMP Modifieds to my late models. I was showing you all the stats and kind of how I did what I did. I got the money I got. And then if you're wondering about my stuffy nose, I just had a sinus surgery for a corrective deviated septum. So that was just yesterday. But recovery's good, surgery went well. Got this week off work, so I'm going to be doing a lot of racing on here and some other video games. Play Battlefield 2042. I might make some videos of that eventually sometime. Anyway, I'll end it here. So I know it's kind of a long video, but thank you for watching. Thank you for checking in. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button and check the notifications so you get updates when I make new videos. I'll be putting out my first late model race here today after I put this one out. Alright, thanks y'all. See ya.